This is Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Welcome to Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Crimson Tide. This place is charged up and ready for a big game today. And a rivalry like this is what makes college football great. Yeah, the tradition and the history, but right here, right now, there's great intensity. This is why these guys came to these schools to play in games like this. We'll see a team that's had a chance to rest from a bye week. LSU Tigers taking on the third-ranked team, the Alabama Crimson Tide. 3A Sports College Football. I'm Chris Fowler here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? The back's got it. And the freshman brings him down quickly. The game goes back to 1895, Kirk, and as you know, it's begun to pick up intensity, this rivalry, because they are always in each other's way in the SEC.
Yeah, this rivalry doesn't necessarily have the history, even though it does go back to 1895. But you're right. Things seem to change when the SEC split East and West. It became a battle about who would represent the West, the winner typically between Alabama and LSU. It seems like every year from that point on, it's a game we all point to before the season even starts.
Takes the handoff again.
Chris, this is what I'd love to see from a defense is the linebackers are scraping, doing their job, but you need help from the secondary. And when you have aggressive tacklers on the back end, you got a great defense. This time, the secondary makes the difference.
A tough situation with the offense. 3rd and long from their 25. Let's see if the defense brings some heat here. Quarterback making some changes at the line. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Makes a quick catch. And the defense wraps him up quickly. Got about 5 yards on the completion, but now it's 4th down.
Now the defense plays it pretty well. Force the quarterback to make the throw in front of you as a defense. Then you square up and make the tackle. Force them to do something special after the catch. That tactic works here. Now you've got a 4th down.
And he's throwing for it on 4th down. Looking for the wide out. It's complete. That's enough for a 1st down. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
Boy, the defense was in the right coverage here. Looked like they had exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on 4th down. But there's the timing between a quarterback and the receiver. They knew exactly where they needed to go. Great timing and a 1st down.
Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. And the runner brought down after just a short gain.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Here's the 2nd down play. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up.
It is really tough on a quarterback when he thinks he's got a completion and an open man downfield. The ball's just about to get to his receiver. Then out of nowhere, the defensive back steps in front of it and knocks away. Nice job.
After the incompletion, they'll have to try to convert here on 3rd and 9. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's 4th down coming up.
Fourth down coming up.
The offense still on the field. Looks like they're going to go for it. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Here we go. Fourth down. They'll try to run for it. Tackle inside the 40, and it's good enough for a first down.
Well, these are the kind of situations you practice every week. You got to be able to get a yard. And the offensive line was able to give them just enough push to convert here on the ground. Clearly, they've done this drill before countless times, and it shows.
Quarterback escapes the pocket. And he'll just get rid of it.
Man, I like this play. I mean, not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
Incompletion sets up a second down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. The pickup is 4. Sets up a 3rd and 6 now.
You know, in the RPO game, the quarterback's got to make really sound decisions on that read. Either give it when it's the right time or you pull it out and make the throw. Here, I think he's kind of in that gray area, decides to hand it off and at least picked up some positive yards.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Makes a quick grab. They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage.
It's a good thing they pick up the first down here because it would have been interesting to see. They were kind of in that no man's area there. If they did not pick up the first down, would they have kicked the field goal or would they have gone for it? But here, doesn't matter. Nice first down.
First down, looking to throw the ball. Running out of time in the pocket. Junior steps up and makes an impact play. Alabama comes up to the line quickly. And that is the kind of hard hit you expect to see, Kirk, in a rivalry game like this one.
When these rivalry games, players seem to play their best. And right now, they are flying around and putting big hits, especially when you can hit that quarterback.
Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. They look to throw it here on second down. Lets it go quickly. Beautiful catch right near the sideline. Gets the foot down.
These undersized slot receivers can be some of the toughest guys to contain for a defense. They're quicker than they really are fast, and they're very elusive, tough to contain in these one-on-one matchups.
On the opening drive that will not end, we've got a 3rd down play coming up. Ball handed off. They stop him, but it's a first down.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see as an offense to open up a football game. Everything seems to be working, whether they're running the football, as we saw right there, able to protect, throw the football with timing and rhythm, everything on full display for this offense to let this defense know they could be in for a long day.
Looking for a gap. It's Day. They get him down, but that's a solid gain.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and it's a nice, solid game.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Grab behind the line. It's Adams. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Wow, that is an impressive start, Kirk. In an emotional game like this, to be so efficient, to click like that early is impressive.
Well, it's very impressive and a great way to start for this team because all the build-up and all the hype, now you can just settle in and play your game.
Here's the point after attempt. PAT makes it 7-0. Now the kickoff team is out on the field.
Sets the kickoff.
And it's fielded. Can the returner make something happen here? And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Takes the ball, tries the right side here. And they try the middle, but stuck for no gain.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? To throw, it's Holstein. Looks to the left for a quick throw. And it's complete downfield. And that is a first down gain. Moves the ball to the 40.
Chris, is it possible to be DBU and wide receiver U at the same time? I think the LSU fans think it's possible. They always seem to have great defensive backs, and they always have pass catchers that just show up and show out week after week, year after year.
Getting close to midfield now. They bring him down to the 47. Well, the last meeting, one of those moments that LSU fans will never forget. The Tigers pulling out a nail-biter over the top.
Yeah, I think last time they met, LSU might have surprised Alabama. Alabama was embarrassed to lose that football game. They've had a chance to be able to get their team ready and get them more focused this time around.
13. And that's good enough.
This LSU offense is moving quickly down the field. On first down, it's play action. On the run here, lets it go. Receiver makes the grab. Tackle made at the 24-yard line. This offense really threatening now.
Well, it's a great completion here. Quarterback puts this ball on the money. And when you talk about LSU and you talk about the history, it's easy to bring up Joe Burrow in 2019. But, Chris, you've been following this as long as I have. You know that when LSU is really dangerous, they get consistent play from the quarterback. It doesn't have to be Burrow, but just a guy that can be efficient, be a good leader, and complement the running game. And right now you're starting to see that from this team. Good completion. Now, can you do it consistently? Because if you can, with the athletes they have around that position, they become a real threat.
Talking about quickness, that play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown up right at the snap.
To throw, it's Holstein. Bringing pressure. Here's a target, and it's complete. Defense will wrap him up after an 8-yard gain. It'll bring up fourth down. LSU is now operating in the red zone. Needs a completion here on fourth down. Finds his receiver. That's enough for the first down. Tackle is made, but the gain sets the offense up. First and goal from the 9.
Just great execution here on this fourth down to keep this drive alive. And what I love is the accuracy from the quarterback and a good job by the receiver knowing where that route needed to be able to catch the ball and pick up the first down.
Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. Kirk, they were backed up to start the drive, but some bold play calling, great execution, and they reached the end zone.
You know, it's easy to just kind of pull your horns in and get conservative when you're pushed way back close to your own goal line, but not this offense. They came out, showed the confidence that they have in their quarterback, and it paid off. Nice touchdown.
Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. Let's see if they can keep that passing game going. The last possession, very efficient and precise. It's a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9 coming up.
You know,
era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
They'll change the pre-snap look now. Looking to pass here on second down. He's looking deep here. The pass is intercepted. Not a big return, but the pick ends the scoring threat. The offense will now take over at the 30.
Boy, Chris, he hesitated just enough to give the defense a chance to get in position and come up with a big turnover.
Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or will the defense come up with a stop?
Teams are getting more and more creative with how they run their counter plays. Gone are the days of everyone under center running the counter tray. Now you're seeing it modernized. We'll see how many different versions they'll run today.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And the back gets the football. Powerful running here. And the second effort there will earn him the first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
That's a design quarterback keeper. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Second down play coming up for this offense. Looking downfield, it's Holstein. He's escaping the pocket now. He lets it go on the move, looking deep. Trying to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's third down.
The defense has got to do a better job of communicating. That is a wide-open receiver. They catch a break by an errant throw by the quarterback.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. He's going to pull it down and run. Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. Big play across midfield. Goes spotted near the 36.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Delivers quickly to the left side. He makes the grab. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
Nice play-action call here by this offensive coordinator. You know, you can freeze those linebackers just for a split second. Usually that's going to give you enough room to be able to get that tight end behind them. And if the quarterback can make a nice tight...
Fired into a tight window and picked off. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
I love this quarterback's athletic ability and the way he can create and improvise. Unfortunately here, he just didn't locate the defender when he throws the interception.
Here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. This offense trying to bounce back the last possession, ended in a pick. They tackle him about the 14.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
A gain makes it 2nd and medium. And the wideout goes in motion. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Tackle made, but it moves the ball to the 25 as they try to get this drive going. And the offense will call a timeout. That's their 2nd of the half.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
And looking to throw now on 1st down. He's going for a big play downfield. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
You know, the game often comes down to a play or two, and the offense just missed a huge opportunity for a big play. They're going to have to make some adjustments there, maybe go back to that play and see if they can come up with a big opportunity.
That play makes it 2nd and 10. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. QB tries it again here on 2nd and 10. He cannot escape the defense with a sack.
A loss of 12 on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
And now the offense will call a timeout here. Something they didn't like about what they saw there. Wanting to make an adjustment before this critical down. Just time enough for one more play in the half. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They make the tackle as time expires. That'll do it for the first half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. Alabama will kick it off to start the second half. They'll return it from inside the 5. The returner is brought down. It's a start with the next drive. And that mighty Bengals offense is back out on the field. First play of the second half is a handoff. Finding some room at the 25. Tackled at the 32. That's enough for a first down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
Running game is working. They'll stick with it on first down. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Dropping back, it's Holstein. Quick throw over the middle. Tipped and then drops. Chance to make a play, but instead it's 3rd down.
Boy, this quarterback is really rolling the dice out here today. Remember, he threw an interception the last time they had the ball. I thought he might learn from that, but instead he comes out throwing it into coverage again, somehow catches a break on this tip ball that this one was an interception. He better tighten up his decision-making. He's going to cost himself a game.
Extending the play now. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Man, nothing is more aggravating for a defensive coordinator than this right here. You've got him. You've got a chance to make a play on him, take him out of his rhythm, but instead, this guy gets away from that pressure, tucks it, and picks up some big yards.
Gonna run it. It's Johnson. Important second down play coming up. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. And that run produces a decent gain.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this 3rd down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
Solid gain on the running play. 3rd down now. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Lets it go. He pulls it in for a big gain. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
That's what makes this tight end so dangerous. You can flex him out into that slot position. He shows you his versatility. He can be an inline guy that can block, but here he shows you what he can do with his hands.
And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, that's the drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to this big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Now it's second down here. To the air, it's Holstein. Finds an open target on the left side. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. They will claim the second half lead. Now the important point after attempt. The extra point makes the lead 14-7. Getting set to kick the ball off now. Bringing it out, it's Adams. Tackle at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. They start the drive with a quick throw to the right side.
Chris, it's so easy to get excited about the receivers on the outside and their ability to make big plays, but the slot receivers are just as exciting, especially with their finesse, quickness, and ability to make guys miss in the middle of that field.
Second down after that run on the previous play. There's the handoff. And the defense able to hold him there to a short gain.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Going to pick up the third and short through the air. Just trying to get rid of it. Throws the ball away, but not before taking a hit.
Man, the quarterback here just threw this football away on third and short. Starting to wonder about this running game right now. If on third and short you decide to throw for it, maybe they're looking to give the defense a new look or maybe keep them guessing. Let's see what they do here on fourth down.
Here we go. The coach rolling the dice. 4th and 1 in his own territory. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. And now the defense will call a timeout here. There's something they didn't like about that look, and they'll make an adjustment before this important play. And the offense stays on the field. They're going to go for it on fourth down in their own territory. Keeping it on the ground here. There's the tackle, but first down yardage.
Chris, I'll be honest, man. I thought on fourth down and 1, they might be just trying to draw the defense off sides, but they caught me and probably the defense by surprise as well, especially on their own side of the field. Gutsy play call right there to keep this drive alive.
And they'll go right back to him on first down. Fights off a defender. They get him down, but the junior with an excellent run there.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of them.
This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. An inside give now from the shotgun. Fights off a defender. Tackled up near midfield at the 48.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Works his way inside the 10. He's taken down, but that's a nice gain. They'll spot the ball now at the 35. Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 now. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Receiver makes the catch. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass. Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. They'll try the right here. Looks like Alabama will have the 1st down.
Well, it's a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the 1st down.
They continue to march toward a game-tying touchdown. It's 1st and 10. It's a draw to the back. Hard running through a tackle. Touchdown, Alabama. What a show of strength and will.
This is such a well-designed play here, Chris. The offensive line opens things up initially, but you can see the speed of the back and the effort by the receivers not to be selfish. These guys are blocking downfield, and that's why he got that ball to the end zone.
And that PAT gives us a tie ball game here in the final quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. The kick mishandled. The ball is loose. Return starts from inside the 5. And he's out of bounds here on the return. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. On the run, it's Johnson. They bring him down, but he reaches the 30-yard line.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But, man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
Makes the catch downfield. And an explosive gain moves the ball across midfield. They'll spot it at the 42.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
The offense really clicking against this battle defense. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
2nd down play coming up. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. And he'll get the 1st down yards before they finally bring him down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. It makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Minimal gain brought down short of the marker.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. To throw, it's Holstein. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. Touchdown, LSU. They jump in front here in the 4th. But they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT is up and good. They lead by a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back.
14.
Not fielded cleanly. It's a loose football. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. And the returner is brought down.
First and 10. Will take over. First and 10.
Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. In that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the running game. Let's see if they can do it again. From the shadow of the goal line, looking to throw the ball. And it's intercepted as he threw it into heavy traffic that time. Going the other way, can they catch him? That's a potential game changer, the pick and the big return.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
For the offense, a chance to extend the lead, but more importantly, milk the clock here late in the game. They'll try to run it in on first and goal. Fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. But they'll try to add the lead now with the PAT. Extra point up and good. A two-touchdown lead here now in the fourth quarter. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back.
14.
That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. The Crimson Tide offense onto the field. See if this quarterback can bounce back. The last possession, a pick on the very first play. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Fires it to the wideout. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. They bring him down, but that's a good play. Moves the ball to the 39.
Hey, it's a nice gain here, and they get the first down to stop the clock. But late in the game, trailing by a couple scores, these receivers have got to be thinking about getting out of bounds as often as they...
And looking for a big play here. It's caught. They will rule that a catch. A huge gain through the air.
Hey, you're trailing late in a game like this. You're looking to get the ball thrown to the outside on the perimeter, make a nice catch, pick up positive yards, and then get out of bounds. If that defense is going to give it to you, take it every time.
Snags a quick throw. Oh, and he fumbles. No turnover. Offense recovers the fumble.
Wow, that is big-time awareness by his teammate to get on top of that football. As a result, they catch a break and are able to retain possession.
Handoff from the shotgun. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
That's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. I wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
We've reached the 2-minute warning here. This offense needing to score and then get the football back. Can they convert here on third down in the red zone? This is a 4-point type of play, touchdown or field goal. Running play called on third and short. He picks up the first down before they get him to the ground.
Well, that shows you the trust they have in their offensive line in this running game to get to a third down, just trying to come up with a way to be able to keep this drive alive, keep hope alive that you can come back in this game. You rely on old reliable with that offensive line, and they come through for you.
They've got it in the backfield, nowhere to run. They'll lose a yard on the play.
Well, that's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to...
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bama. They're setting out to try the PAT. And the point after gets them within a touchdown, 28-21. I believe they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. And looks like the hands team were able to recover the football. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. Under a minute to play here, the obvious tactic, just take a knee and see this game out.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
Second down after that previous play. And they'll try to pick it up on the ground. Tackle made after just a short gain. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Crucial third down play coming up after that run. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. On the run, he's going to chuck it deep. And the pass is dropped. Would have been a big gain, but he couldn't hold on.
Interesting call here, Chris, to throw the ball on third and short. Unable to come up with a first down. Now here at fourth down, you got a big decision to make. Do you kick the field goal just to add to the lead, or maybe go for this here with a chance to drop the hammer?
It's a one-possession game. They'll elect to go for it here on fourth down. Looking to throw for the first down. He's moving out of the pocket now. And he finds his target. He has the first. They make the tackle, but he easily gets first down yardage, and the drive keeps going.
Well, I'll tell you what, this guy's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. And here we are, late in the game. He needs to continue to play with that consistency. That's a great example that he's up to it.
And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Offense getting set. Second down play here. Scanning the field. It's Holstein. Let's be honest, all wins are not equal. You go in there and hammer your rival and get bragging rights.